All right, here we go. We should be live now. We're just waiting on Ben. We've got, according to this clock, we've got 14, just under 15 minutes to the Bitcoin halving rolls over. This is actually going to be my first halving. I started in late 21. So, and the last one was 4 years ago, roughly 4 years ago. And so this will be my first halving. I don't know if there's going to be an explosion. Maybe in the price of Bitcoin, it's hovering right around 63,760 right now. And it's been all over the map. The last couple of days, it was down to 61,000. And then just a couple of weeks ago, it was at an all-time high of the low 70s, 72, maybe even 74. Hard for me to remember now. A couple of weeks is like an eternity in crypto world. But interesting. If you've not been following Bitcoin, you're new to the crypto world, or at least Bitcoin. This is the first halving. This will be the fourth halving total. First one where Bitcoin has hit an all-time high prior to the halving. Usually, it follows it a few months later, give or take. But the one thing to learn about crypto is there is nothing for certain. It is a risky asset, or risky investment with a huge potential. One that I feel is totally worth taking and buying as much as possible. That's just me, not financial advice. You got to figure that out on your own. But that's what this channel is about, is journeying down this road. So fourth halving, it happens every 210,000 blocks of Bitcoin, if I remember correctly, which runs usually about every 4 years. So we get one new block of Bitcoin mined every 10 minutes on average, and takes about 4 years to do the 210,000 per halving. As far as what the halving means, it just means the reward for mining a Bitcoin drops in half. So it's going from 6.25 Bitcoins as a current reward to, here in 12 minutes and 22 seconds, will be 3.125 rewards. So demand increases as those rewards come down. Like I was saying, this is my first halving. As far as I know, there's not going to be any confetti or anything like that crazy that happens. It drops from 6.25 to 3.125, and Bitcoin continues on. But something that I'm watching closely is depending on who you talk to, many people believe the halving doesn't really have an impact. It's kind of a narrative as far as the price of Bitcoin. It has a huge effect as far as the functionality and how Bitcoin operates, and the ultimate desirability and shortage of it. But as far as price goes, there's a lot of people believe it doesn't really have a direct effect. It's just more of a narrative, and that the price fluctuation has more to deal with liquidity in general, as far as investment liquidity, not just Bitcoin. But so I say all that because depending on which side you believe, we're going to see Bitcoin, skyrocket from here. If it has something to do, if the halving actually affects the value of the currency. If it doesn't so much affect the value, and it's more just a liquidity deal, and the halving is more of just a narrative, then a lot of people think we're going to see Bitcoin decline some from here. So it can go either way. In the short term, we're talking more of over the next several months into the last of the year. It's going to be really anybody's guess on whether this goes up price wise or goes down in either way significantly. So I'll be right here watching it along the way, and eagerly waiting to see what it does over the next several months as we get through this halving and move on past the narratives. We had the ETF earlier this year, which drove the price up from around 30,000 all the way up to the 70s, low 70s, like I said. So it more than doubled the price in the last 3 months. That was a huge narrative that had been working for a while. Now we're at the Bitcoin halving. After this, It's there's not a whole lot of narratives working that I've heard of, other than just waiting to see what the rates are going to be doing here over the next couple months, whether we're going to get some interest rates cut because of the market struggling, or is it not struggling? Is it going to do okay and we don't need to cut rates? So a lot of unknowns, which causes a lot of risk when you're investing in different type of assets, especially risk assets, as Bitcoin is still considered along with the rest of the crypto world. So we'll be watching closely. I'm going to take a little break here from talking and send Ben a message and see if he's going to join us. All right. Just a little more than 5 minutes, and we are just under 64,000 Bitcoin. We started the week around 61,000. I think we even dropped just below that. I had set a couple limit orders just below 60, set one just below 60 to pick up some Bitcoin, didn't hit it. And then I set one much lower than that. There's still, oh, boom. Well, I guess that clock was a little bit off. There we go. It always depends on the block. So the halving has completed. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. No thanks. Not now. Let's go back. Can we go back to the clock? Okay, there we go. Nope. Well, so that was a little oh, that's I keep thinking that's the X to close the screen. That's just the X logo. Okay, there we go. Well, halving of 2024 is completed. As you can see, 2028 still remaining. And we got 0 blocks now. And we popped up to 64,000 and it dropped down now, or dropped just below. So this is going to be fun to see. Like I said, this is my first one. This is going to be interesting to see how this goes from here. Based on my research and the experts that I'm following, not all of them, but one of the main ones I'm following, I believe we're going to see a dip here and then going into the summer. Might be fast, might take a little bit, but I'm setting my limit orders to pick up Bitcoin at less, maybe in the 50s, something like that. Maybe in the 40s if we get, if I consider get lucky, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here as far as what the price does. Either way, I'm buying consistently, looking to buy more if the price is attractive, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Alt season should follow Bitcoin once it hits its probably hits its top, and or we get closer to rates being lowered. Then we'll start seeing alt season run, it sounds like, too. And so we'll be obviously filling that in. Ben and I are restructuring the show a little bit. We've had a lot going on over the last 6 months, so we've been absent from the show, although we've been consistently buying and being involved in the crypto world. We just haven't had time to record any shows. So we're doing a little restructuring, planning on coming back with possibly a new look, and a little bit more tailored episodes that hopefully will bring some more value in a shorter form to our few fans that watch, and hopefully grow the channel from there. So it should be some exciting times regardless on the channel and in crypto for the rest of 2024. So if you're watching the stream, thanks for tuning in. If you've got questions about Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies, or if you know of any that you are interested in that we should be keeping an eye on, we'd love to hear from you. So hope you're all doing well. Hope you are accumulating for this year, because whether it goes up or down in the short term, it is headed up for the long term. And at least that's my opinion, not financial advice, but it seems to be the way things are headed. More digitally, more crypto. Going to be exciting 2024 and leading into 2025. Thanks for coming along with us. We will see you soon. Have a good weekend.